right, Sistas fans. So Ebony, aka Karen, chimed in a recent interview. This is coming from TB Line in regards to whether or not Karen and Aaron should get married. So, as always, I will leave a link to this entire interview or article in the comment section below, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below on whether or not these two should get married. But also hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video, follow me on social media, links are in the description, and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out whenever I put content on the channel. So hit the bell and select all. So here we go. I'm just going to kind of paraphrase the article, but it's pretty short, so I'll read through most of it. Okay. Now that her on-again, off-again romance with Zach is officially over, yeah, right, Aaron has swooped in to ask for her hand in marriage. But Karen didn't take the minister's proposal seriously, as fans saw in the Season 3 mid-season finale, and she turned him down. She turned down the romantic gesture from Aaron and his way of putting an end to their sinful premarital sex. Ebony says viewers will better understand her character's polite rejection when the show returns on October 13th. And I quote, "I love what Aaron does for Karen's development as a woman. She is able to look at him and see something or someone she wants to possibly marry one day without feeling the need to rush into anything. They both have baggage from previous relationships that all need to be sorted out and forgiven. Aaron and all the baggage from his exes, or his late ex-wife and ex-brother-in-law, basically that crazy ass side of his family. A woman like Karen has been in the trenches. You're not going to give the same reaction dealing with Aaron as with Zach. So basically, as fans, or as a character, you're not going to get the same reaction from Karen. After being with Zach, who cheated on her and gave her an STD, she thinks Aaron's past is normal. I would have to disagree with that. Karen also sees Aaron for who he is, and he sees her for who she is. So far, Aaron has been a man of his word and done nothing that he, the only thing I could think of is when he mysteriously disappeared in the middle of the night but never explained it. He's done everything he said he was going to do. He's not perfect, but he's also been so non-judgmental throughout everything Karen has gone through with Zach and even with Andy. The conversations that they have are honest and mature, but never judgmental. If they keep talking it out, they might be able to make things work." I don't see why there needs to be. I don't see why. Honestly, I'm going to be real here. I don't think there have been any fans who have called out Karen for kind of shrugging off Aaron's proposal, because it goes back to what Aaron said to Gary. It's like, are you not able to be alone? It's like, do you not want to be alone, or you can't be alone? There's a difference. Talking about that surprise marriage to Andy. But with Aaron, it's like, what the hell kind of proposal is it just to get married to someone? Hell, didn't he say, "I know somebody who can get us married right now," just for the sake of not having sinful sex because they'll be married? And looking at the show's timeline, wasn't it at like the beginning of season 3 when Aaron came over drunk and he stripped down naked because he wanted to prove himself to Karen or get her mind off Zach? And then she pretty much said, Zach isn't in my head, he's in my heart. And even though her and Zach kind of, ended on good terms at the salon a couple hours before she was on her couch eating ice cream, I feel like Aaron in his own kind of way is semi like Gary in terms of being controlling. Sure, it's much less subtle, but I still want to know what the hell he did to his wife, because even Miss Lisa, Karen's mother, pointed out, the way your wife was insane and everything. It's like, you probably did that to her, because we just don't know. Aaron does seem like a really nice stand-up guy, but we really don't know a lot about some of these characters, so we need to keep our eye out on that. So I do like the idea of, not rushing into anything because, imagine this. If we do see that conversation between Zach and Karen in season 3 and she mentions being pregnant, let's say her and Aaron got married that night. Then she finds out a day or two later she's pregnant and then she thinks it's Zach. How do you think that's going to end up? Because remember, he divorced his wife on the spot for cheating. But technically speaking, divorcing Karen because she is pregnant with allegedly her ex's child, that's really messed up because that's not really on her. Well, then again, I don't know if they were in an official relationship, but I will say that Aaron and Karen were definitely closer to the relationship word than Fatima and Zach were, because when Zach hooked up with Karen in the salon office, he was the one who kept asking Fatima, what are we? And she wouldn't define it. So technically, I know I'm speaking like, I know this sounds weird to say, but it's kind of like the Bill Cosby case and him getting out of jail on a technicality. It's like, I'm like, well, technically speaking, Aaron, Karen didn't cheat on you, or maybe she did. I don't know. But I don't feel like there needs to be some kind of explanation for why she rejected Aaron, because literally she had a long day. She was just eating ice cream, and then Aaron came in, said, well, you know what? I got told by the preacher to step away from my men's group because of the fact that I'm a hypocrite. But, if we got married right now, sex wouldn't be a sin. I seriously, that sounds like, looking back at like the 90s or early 2000s TV shows where, remember the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Kim Fields was a love interest for Will in one episode? She was the daughter of a pastor, and she told Will she wasn't going to have sex until they got married. And I think Jazz pretended to be a preacher, and they got married. And before they had sex, he told the truth, and she punched him and gave him a black eye or something. So it's kind of like that. Men in those situations are obviously portrayed to be dogs because sex was something that was the prize of getting married. And Aaron, I'm not saying he doesn't have genuine feelings for Karen, but he definitely seems to be the kind of guy where it's like, you know what, let's get married right now, chop chop, so we can have all the sex we want without any kind of biblical consequences. So look, as somebody who's been single for a very long time, and I am saving myself for marriage, I don't think I want to get, now I know that I don't want to get married just for sex. It's just like there's so many things missing with that. And yeah, I mean, Karen and Aaron have been through a lot in a short amount of time, but from the Karen perspective, can you imagine breaking bread the last time, so to speak, or breaking things off with your longtime partner, and then the same night getting a proposal for someone else? You wouldn't want to accept it, because if you did, it might be like a knee-jerk reaction. I don't think Karen needs to explain anything. Sure, we'll get more info in the season 3B or season 3 part 2, but maybe as time goes on, like the last sentence said, if they keep talking out, they may be able to make things work. I feel like there's something we just don't know about Aaron yet. I feel like there's some baggage that hasn't been opened up. The zipper on the bag hasn't been open, and there's going to be a big surprise in there to probably shut things down. But let me know your thoughts. I feel like I've spoken enough. Let me turn it over to you all in the comment section. And as always, like and subscribe, please, as I mentioned before. And if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.